Welcome, everybody. Welcome to step 4 of our profitable word search book creation and publishing mini course. So we have done our research, we've done our keywords, we've decided what we want to create our word search book about. We are certain that it's a profitable niche and a profitable area. We've decided that we can create a word list and we can put it in this title, say equestrian. We can use the same words and we can put it under horses, and we can use the same words a third time in a third book. We can put it under horse racing and have different covers and create different word search books for each one. And this way we can publish 2, 3, 4, 5 books all using the same list without damaging the quality of the book and the experience of our customer, because we're going to mix up the lists and it's going to create new word searches for each book. So each experience is going to be unique. It's not the same book in each book, if that makes sense. So we've decided on our niche, we've decided on the title of our books, we've made sure it's going to be profitable. Yeah, I've made sure as much as we possibly can that it's going to be profitable. And then we have created our book cover, and we've made sure our book cover is absolutely gorgeous, and we've created a book cover for all 3 of your books, all 4 of your books. And we have made sure our book covers look really, really appealing, and they are competitive alongside the top 3 or 4 performing word search books in that niche. So when you look at yours and you look at the top 3 or 4, you think, yeah, mine's pretty good. I'd choose mine over those 3 over there. You want a great book cover. It's absolutely essential. So make sure that you've got the right book cover size, that you've done the Amazon KDP book cover calculator that I showed you in the last video. So you need to know how many pages you want in your book, how many puzzles on each page, how many pages you need for your solution. Give yourself 3 pages at the front, give yourself an extra page or 2 at the back, and there you go, you've got your book cover size. You've resized your design so that it's the exact size that Amazon wants. Now, Amazon also allows you to download a template, so you can just download that template from the Amazon KDP cover calculator, download it onto your computer, upload it into Canva, and then just put it over your design just to make sure that it does fit perfectly. You can put the transparency down so that you can see your design behind their template. And then now on step 4, what we're going to do is create our word search list. So what I want you to do is open up a blank sheet. Google Sheets is probably the best place to do this. You can use Excel. Could possibly use, I don't know, Notion or something like that. I don't use any of those tools. I use Google Sheets. So you want to open up a blank Google Sheet. Let me share my screen. All we're going to do now is use AI tools and use ChatGPT to create your word search list of different words. Okay. So we want to open up a blank sheet and we want to start our words here. So we're going to have words here, and you want to decide how many words you want in every puzzle. And in between puzzles, you're going to leave a blank cell. So it's going to look like this, but you're going to have 9 words, 6 words, 10 words, 12 words, 15 words. You decide how many words you want in each puzzle. Okay. And now you're going to go to the Book Boss GPT. So there's a word builder, a Book Boss word builder GPT. So I want you to click on that. That is a GPT that we've had especially made here inside the Book Boss Academy to help you to create your words list. It would take you a long time, hours and hours and hours, to try and dig out the words from the internet yourself and try and put these word search puzzles together yourself. So it's great that we can now use AI, we can now use ChatGPT to help us to create themed lists. So you're going to go to your Book Boss Word Builder GPT. Just let me open that up. And then we're going to paste a prompt. I want to create a word search book about gardens, flowers, plants, and naturally the GPT will give you 4 prompts at the top. So I want to create a word search book about gardens, flowers, plants, and botanicals. And I need a list of words with a theme for each list that I can copy and paste vertically into a spreadsheet. And then you're going to press go. And then it says, here's a list of words for your garden, flowers, plants, and botanical themed. Now I do it this way. Oh, yeah. So it's given me a lot of words in each theme. Now I do it this way because I don't necessarily like all the words. Most coaches will tell you to ask for 10 words per list or 9 words per list. But usually for me, AI comes up with some words that I just don't like. So I'm going to allow it to do its thing and give me some extra words that I can play around with and I can delete. So I might not like the word, let me think, garden elements. I don't know. I quite like all of those. Those ones are okay. Flower types, that's okay. Herbs, medicinal plants, trees and shrubs, tropical and exotic plants, botanical terms. And then it will always say this. We've tried to have the GPT altered so it will give you 55 puzzles, but it will always stop. And that's just part of AI. We can't stop that. So it says, would you like more themed lists or words for a specific character? Please carry on. You can say, please continue, please keep going. You can say, give me 12 words per list. But I have done that so many times and I've not been happy with some words. So I like to have too many words so I can just delete some that I don't like. Fruits and berries, wildflowers and meadows, succulents and cacti. This is great. Climbers and vines, flowering bulbs, water and pond plants, ground cover plants. So some of this, so like ajuga, creeping phlox, sedum. I've not heard of some of these, so I might take like that one or like a really long word. I might take those out. Scented geranium might be a little bit long. So would you like even more words? Yes, please keep going. And then, if we look at all these words, you could say, please create me more words to do with trees or the outdoors or bonsai or different themed gardens from around the world. You can look at these lists and ask it to alter what it's doing based on what it's given you. So what it's given me is absolutely great, but I might just think of some themes and think of some types of lists that I would like it to add. So you can just, keep telling ChatGPT what you want, what you don't like. Some of these words are too long. Please, can you make them shorter? And you can have a conversation with ChatGPT. And then all we're going to do is quite simply, this is like the magical part of this. We're going to copy and paste this list into our spreadsheet. Oh, yeah, keep going. So we've got lots and lots of words there. It takes about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. It's really, really good. Garden elements. So I'm going to go control and copy, go to my list here, right to the top, control and paste. And I don't know why it has given me a space in between. I'm not sure why it's done that today. So normally it just has the whole list underneath each other and I don't have a space. But it's not done that today. But this is what you get with AI. Sometimes it works absolutely perfectly, and then sometimes you've got spaces. So I'm not sure there might be a way to remove sort sheet. No. I mean, I would normally go to YouTube now or Google and say, is there a way of me removing these cells? But other than that, it's going to be a case of deleting these rows, which is very cumbersome. We're not going to want to do that. And you might want to run ChatGPT again and just log back out and log back in. But ideally, you want your list to be oh, underneath each other. But this is, it's not a big deal, is it? It's just going to be very cumbersome to be deleting all these rows. If you've got 55 puzzles, you're going to be deleting a lot of rows here. See what happens when I go here. I wonder if it's because it's given me a little bullet point. So if I go copy, if I go paste, that's so odd. It's glitching so much today. That is very odd. It must be because it's giving me that little dot. Anyway, I'm going to leave that with you so you can try to do it again, or just delete these rows in between. Really not ideal, but this is what you get with AI. Sometimes it works perfectly, and then sometimes it gives you a blank space in between. Thank you, ChatGPT. What you should end up with is this. So this is one last week that I did exactly the same as I've just shown you, and I copied and pasted it in here. And I did absolutely nothing different. But this just shows you guys that one day you can do it that way and it will work perfectly, and another day you're gonna have to delete all the cells in between or start again. Um, yeah, very strange. So anyway, what you want to end up with is a list like this, and then you can have your theme at the side. And then what you want to do is go File, make a copy of it, and then copy it so you've got your list and you don't have your theme. So you've got one list with your theme, and in fact, can you see it's done it in bold here? It's done it in huge writing, it's size 14. So yeah, it's very, very different from one time that you use AI to the next time that you use AI. And there's no rhyme or reason for it. This is exactly the same when we use AI to create our books, our non-fiction books, our fiction books. One time it will do it this way, and then the next time you use it, it will do it slightly differently. And this is the beast that is AI. But we've still got an amazing list of incredible words that would have taken us hours, if not days, to create, and we can use these words over and over again in our next book, our next book, and our next book. So we need to then make it look like this. And then what I want you to do is go File, Download, and save it as a CSV file. Make sure you go down the list with your human eye and you look, okay, what's that? Earn. I thought it said earn, that is okay. Are there any words that are being overly repeated? You can look and see if there's any words that just don't make sense. You can look and see, are there any words that are way too long? Sometimes it gets to the end and it starts creating really, really long words, in which case you can go back to ChatGPT and ask it to create some more lists with shorter words, and you can give it some more themes. You can say, I'd like you to do me two lists to do with Japanese gardens, keep the words underneath under 9 characters, and then it can come up with 2 more lists for you, and you can overwrite those lists, those words that are too long. So a couple of the lists there that you don't like, you can delete them and replace them with your Japanese garden one or whatever theme that you come up with. So there we go. You need to make sure you've got enough words on your list. So if you're doing 55 puzzles, make sure you've got 55 minimum sets of words. Make sure you've got enough words in each set. So if you want to do 9 words per puzzle, make sure that you've got 9. I do, what do I do now? 12, I think. 4, 8, 12. I've been doing 12 words per puzzle. You can get extreme word searches where you can put 4 puzzles next to each other and have it covering a whole page and quite a big size as well. I wouldn't recommend you even try an extreme word search puzzle as a start to start with. Definitely just do a simple one, 55 puzzles, 9 words, 12 words per puzzle. Just start off really simple and you can build your way up to doing something like bumper size or 1,500 words or 3,000 words and extreme word search puzzles if that's what you want to do. Okay, I'm going to stop this video here. Make sure you go and create your words list. This is like one of the hardest parts of creating word search puzzle books. You've got the templates, quite easy for you to do the book cover, just using the template and just changing the fonts and stuff. But it's actually creating the word list that can be a bit tricky. Like you saw then, AI can sometimes glitch in very odd ways. I've had a glitch on one of my computers where it keeps listing my words this way instead of down. And then when I go on my other computer, it always lists it downwards. So, but this is just the nature of AI. We can't do anything here in the Book Boss Academy to change the GPT because there's nothing in it that is saying create the list that way. If it's working for everybody going down and most people it's working. So, we just have to work with what we've got. If it's not working for you, you can try Claude. Claude is another AI tool that you can say, look, I'm creating a word search list. Please can you create me a list? You could try that. You could try just ChatGPT on its own without using our GPT tool. So just, different people, different devices, different computers, different laptops just sometimes behave in different ways. And I don't have a reason why that is. For me, one of my computers keeps glitching and my more modern laptop, funnily enough, my newer device is working perfectly each time. Touch wood. Right, I'll see you in the next video.